Pleasant good day, everyone. My name is Rashida Garcia. I have the pleasure of presenting to you um, on the National Biodiversity Office and what we do. The office falls under the Ministry of Sustainable Development, Climate Change, and Disaster Risk Management. And so my presentation today includes a quick introduction to the NBio and a quick overview of what we do, our vision and mission, our organizational structure, as well as the roles and responsibility of the unit. So getting Belize is a party to the Convention on Biological Diversity. The convention has three main focal areas. The first being the conservation of biodiversity. It also focuses on ensuring the sustainable use of biodiversity. And thirdly, it looks at the fair and equitable sharing of benefits derived from the utilization of genetic resources. And what the convention does, and all the parties that are part of this convention, is to set out the strategic direction that the parties will take at the national level. And this is done through the development of strategic plans. In December of last year, what is called or referred to as the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework was formally endorsed, and this is then the basis for the updating of national biodiversity strategies and action plans for all the parties to the convention. And so Belize will now be working on the updating of our national biodiversity strategy and action plan to be in line with the global biodiversity framework. Now, the framework looks at ambitious targets to halt and to reverse biodiversity loss that has happened over the past decades. And so it calls for an all of society, all of government approach, very inclusive approach to addressing biodiversity loss. And the vision for the GBF is to reach to a point where we are globally living in harmony with nature. And so that is a key part of the responsibility of the National Biodiversity Office. Protected areas falls squarely in line with that, as protected areas is one of the key tools that is utilized for biodiversity management in the Belize. So what is biodiversity? Biodiversity is life in all its form, plants, animals, fungi, microorganisms, and it includes the communities that they form and how they interact with each other, the habitat that they live. So when we say biodiversity, all life forms, including the habitats where they are found. In Belize, we have an excellent track record where biodiversity conservation is concerned. As I had mentioned earlier, our main tool for biodiversity management is protected areas. And so we have an established protected area system that covers 35.8% of our national landmass and approximately 19.8% of our marine environment. And so in moving forward, we seek to ensure that these areas that are currently within the system are effectively managed, but also in some cases that underrepresented ecosystems are also included within the system. So again, the main areas or the main categories of protected areas that the National Biodiversity Office is responsible for includes national parks, nature reserves, natural monuments, wildlife sanctuaries, biological corridors, and private protected areas, all non-extractive protected areas. In terms of So the vision of the National Biodiversity Office is to have a Belize with healthy, strong, and resilient ecosystems for the benefit of its people. And this speaks to having strong systems in place to ensure the health and resilience of our ecosystems, but also having that translate to opportunities, benefits, and the quality of life of the Belizean people as well. In terms of our mission, we seek to be the leading institution safeguarding Belize's biodiversity and ecosystems for future generations. We look at the impact that we're having now, but how our actions at a national level will impact future generations as well. And we recognize that we can only accomplish our goals and targets through strategic partnerships. It has to be mainstreamed across the government, but across the key sectors: tourism, agriculture, education. And again, we want to maximize the social and economic opportunities to the people of Belize. In terms of our This is the current organization of the National Biodiversity Office. We are headed by one director who is supported by 5 officers, each focusing on one of the 5 main strategic areas of the unit. The director responds directly or reports directly to the Chief Executive Officer of the ministry. When we were established roughly over 2 years ago, we began with a staff of 5, and we are currently staffed by 12 persons across these 5 thematic areas. So this slide looks at the 5 key functional areas of the National Biodiversity Office. In terms of ecosystem management, we're looking at site management of protected areas, ensuring that there is compliance monitoring in place, ensuring that there is a management plan, an active management plan that is guiding management decisions. We look at the performance, and it's both of the co-management entity and the public managing entity, and how these entities are performing in accordance with the agreement made. We look at management effectiveness at the system level as well. In terms of data and information, the office plays a key role in supporting the collation of data across the system, and it also is working on the consolidation of these data of the data system, analyzing data, but also making it accessible to decision makers from the different levels, whether it be site level or at the national level. Having timely, accurate data is key to informing decision making. As it relates to support of resource mobilization, again, this is a very important aspect of what we do. We have strong strategies in place that clearly outlines the direction that we are taking, but there is the need for resources, for capacity, for technology in order for us to get there. And so having persons within the unit dedicated to resource mobilization has proven to be effective thus far and integral in us being able to move forward. Policy coherence and standardization. We have to look at what policies are needed to support and create that enabling enabling environment for further actions, and improved management of biodiversity and protected areas management. We also promote coherence, effective coordination, effective decision making, and we play a key part in bringing all actors together, and creating that platform for collaboration to get the biodiversity targets accomplished at the national level. In terms of the work of the NBIO, project protected areas management planning is a key part of what we do, ensuring that management plans are in place, ensuring that management plans address the threats experienced within the particular protected area, that interventions are in line with the National Protected Area System Act, that they are in line with other relevant legislation, and are also in alignment with the national direction. We process research applications and recommend the issuance by the minister of our ministry. We lead the process when it comes to management effectiveness at the system level. We also vet and provide endorsements for projects, ensuring that those projects are the projects the project activities are in line with the management plan for the particular site, that they are in line with the National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan, medium-term development strategy, and so on. We also report to the United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity, which is one of the commitments that we've made when we signed on to the convention. And we also serve as the secretariat to the National Protected Areas Advisory Council. The council, which is set out by law, provides advice to the minister on matters related to the protected areas system. And I do believe I took more time than I was allocated, but that is a snapshot of what we do at the National Biodiversity Office. We have our number and our email on the last slide here. Please feel free to follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, and on our multiple social media platforms. So thank you for your time. And I do hope that now you have a better understanding of what we do at the National Biodiversity Office. Our doors are always open, so you're welcome to drop in and give us a call. Thank you.